Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
I was just scrolling on YouTube, right? And normally I like to watch a lot of videos from people who I'm subscribed to. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. And I just saw this picture of Will slapping Chris. And I was like, is this the Oscars? This just happened yesterday. Is this the Oscars? That they're slapping each other like this? Hey! I mean, I like just, I went online, I went to Instagram, I was reading about this thing. It was everywhere. I feel like Twitter was hot about the whole issue. Okay, let's fast forward. Why did Will slap Chris? Will slapped Chris over the joke, the G.I. Jane joke that Chris made about his wife going bald. The wife going bald is not by her choice. Well, I didn't know that, but during this whole thing that was happening, I realized now that okay, the wife going bald was not her choice. It was just circumstance that made her to just go bald. Like, nobody wants to go through something like that in public. Like, I will never have thought that Will would get so offensive that he will stand up in presence of everybody, like the world is watching, and he practically stood up and went to slap Chris. And congratulations to Chris, because forget there are some people that you cannot slap like that and then they will just allow you go. Like, Chris actually just was able to compose himself and was like, oh, he didn't really say anything about it. He was just able to compose himself and say, oh, what, this will make history, what. If it was someone else that Will Smith snapped like that, hell, God, it's a lie. There will be fights. There are some people that they like violence. Some people are not calm. I know that so many ladies are like, oh God, they are feeling real. They're like, hey, he's protecting his wife. But let me tell you something that you don't know. As a lady, you need to be very wise and sensitive. As much as we want our man to, do something like this for us, protect us, slap a man, do this kind of things, you also need to remember that he is a man. And men get killed by things like this, that they are trying to fight for their girlfriend, or they are trying to fight for their ego. This is how they get killed. Let's say now that it wasn't even in public. It's because it's even in public that we are like, if anything happened to Will, we'll obviously know that it's Chris. Let's say it's not something in the public eye, like you went and you actually slapped this person, and you as a girl, you watch that happen. You watch your man and another man have a fight over you, and you're there feeling yourself like, oh yeah, yes, fight for me, babe. You better shine your eyes. To know that you should not allow your man fight like this. He will get himself killed. Killed. Even though you see that he's angry and he wants to like fight, try to stop. Let him calm down. Like, because there's so many people and so many incidents like this that have occurred, and before you know what is happening, this person bring out gun and they are shooting each other. Men ego is something that people should not be joking with. The ego of a man, when men are fighting, they fight to kill. right? They fight to kill. As much as you want your man to protect you, to fight for you, you need to also understand the fact that you cannot allow your man to go through something like this. You cannot allow your man to fight. You cannot allow your man to fight for you like this. This is so serious. I feel like Will Smith need help. That's all that was coming into my mind. I understand that, it was such a show to watch, but I was just like, this man needs help. Like, it's not even about the fact that he's trying to protect his family. He seems to be someone that cannot control his emotions. Like, do you know what it means to publicly go and punch someone in the presence of the world? Do you know what it means? Hey, like, that's one thing about all these famous people. Because of that fame, it enters your head. You now be feeling like on top of the world, like there are some things you can't do, because obviously his life is in front of camera, it's in front of TV. Like, he has lived most of his life in front of camera, in front of the world. So to him, doing that didn't seem like such a big deal. But he needs to understand that there are people watching him in the face of a camera, in the face of the world. You need to be conscious of the things you do, the things you say, because people are watching. What are you trying to teach the younger generation? What are you trying to teach your own children? Are you trying to say that it is right for you to fight? Are you trying to tell your children that, oh yes, if someone should do this to you, you need to fight back? People always comment. People always say things that we don't want them to say. People always insult and throw insults at people all the time. This is comedy. He is not new to the system. He's not new to this. He's also into comedy too, or into music and everything that's into. He's not new into the system that people joke, and sometimes when they are joking, they can actually just say some things that it may look offensive, but they attack each other. Yes, they do this. I've been watching these shows, and this is something that always happens. But I understand that he could actually be going through so much right now that will make him get so sensitive to the point that he lost it and saw himself climbing the stage to start slapping someone. At the end of the day, the question I keep asking myself is, I saw you smiling. You laughed at that joke. The joke you laughed at is just because you looked at your wife and you saw that your wife wasn't laughing. Then you felt, oh, okay, the right thing for you to do is to go punch the man. Like, really, you should also be punched. Like, what if your wife had punched you? What if your wife had punched you because you laughed at her? You laughed. Right? You laughed before you went to start punching somebody. For me, I'm just like, no, this was not right. And I can understand that, he has been there where the wife probably, she's crying. It's not by choice for her to go bald. Just imagine that you want your hair, but you are forced to have to barb your hair and everything. And I can understand whatever that he's probably going through at home, seeing his wife like that, because you could even see even her daughter also about that hair, and maybe she did that just because of her mom, just to give her mom this kind of moral support and love and everything. And you could see that her daughter also bowed her hair. But in my mind, I'm like, you laughed, then you don't have any rights to also go and now be slapping somebody after you have also laughed at the joke. You don't have any right to do that. Personally, for me, I'm like, I understand that, yes, maybe after the whole show you can even go and do whatever you want to do with Chris. Maybe even go and tell him, there's something I'm dealing with right now. My wife have this, and that's why she's bowed, because I'm 100% sure that Chris did not know your wife's condition, and most of these comedians, they just play jokes. It's enough as a black person that we are not always given opportunity to come out, to showcase our craft. Like, for you to be in a platform as a black, that means you have done ×2 of what a white person have done. Because honestly speaking, it is not easy. It is not easy. So I don't understand why we always like to just embarrass ourselves like this in public to your own fellow brother, to your own fellow brother. You could not even like wait, like, oh, okay, after the whole show, you guys can go settle whatever. Like, you are even giving them the whole reason for them to be like, oh, we should not involve black in things. Because now, see the way you are misbehaving. How then do you expect them to see black people? You know, like, these things are something we need to think about. We need to think about the fact that when you are given an opportunity, you are representing not just yourself, but the black people united, so that when you have done well and people have seen, oh wow, this person have done well, then yes, when another person wants to be given an opportunity to come and do the same thing that you're doing, yes, the person, they will give the person. Me, as I'm here in China, that's the mindset I have, because every time you see me winning, you will know that I did times two. There was no how I did not even do more than the other person that they gave the opportunity, you know, because it's such a hard work to be there, to be out there as a black person. We don't need this kind of embarrassing things. We don't. Please, we don't. And then you not even won the best actor. Can you just see? And I understand that there's a possibility that Chris probably knew that you were going to be the one to win the best actor. You could see that was why he was focusing on your family, on you guys. And you just got offended. To me, I felt like you did not get offended by the whole thing he said. I felt like you were just trying to disrespect Chris. You didn't even think twice of what you were going to do. They have to be that you have a kind of beef with Chris before that show. There's every possibility that you have a beef with that guy before that show. I'm not going to say it's a lie, because there are some people you cannot even try rubbish with. There's some people you cannot even have the audacity to say you want to climb that stage, to want to slap them or do whatever you did. It's just because you are looking down on Chris. Yes, I know so many people that would have said almost worse than what Chris said, and maybe we would never had climbed that stage to do what he did. This is just I feel like Will Smith is such a bully. He's such a bully. Like, you don't treat people like this. You don't disrespect them like this in public. Because number one, Chris was with the mic and he was cracking jokes, and you were not the only one that he said some things to. There were so many other people that he was also attacking and saying things. This is comedy. It's not even fun. There are some things that you don't take personal. Like, you're too sensitive. Like, what kind of world is this? Every small thing, everybody is just doing violence up and down. Is this what Corona has caused? Because after this Corona period, a lot of things were happening. Divorce, a lot of things were just happening. So in my mind, it's like, what is this? What are we teaching? What are we teaching the young generation that are coming after us? It's not making any sense to me. There were so many celebrities who were reacting to this. Some people were saying what Will Smith did was wrong. Most of the people who were actually saying what Will Smith did was wrong was actually the guys. But you trust me, ladies, so many ladies were supporting what Will Smith did, and their own statements or what they were saying to show that they support Will Smith was because they felt like, he's fighting for his wife. I want a man who will fight for me like this, and this. That's how we think. But we need to think deep. We need to think deep into something like this. Me, I want my man, yes, to fight for me, but you don't have to use violence to fight for me. There are so many ways that a man can fight for a woman without having to fight physically with that man. Fighting physically with that man just showed me that you don't know how to correct, or you don't know how to just hold your emotions. That's what it means to me. So what if maybe we are in the house and one of the children insults me? Are you not just going to bounce on that child? You give the person punishment. There are so many things that you can do. You can even report the case or sue. You can sue that guy. You can sue Chris for that statement that he made, and then you even get money from it. This one, you feel like you want to take all this in your hands and you want to go and slap him, embarrassing yourself. The whole world saw this, and you trust YouTubers, you trust content creators. They are cooking gist to come and talk about this. I was not even in the mood to talk and shoot a YouTube video, But man, this really touched me, that I didn't even know when I just put on my makeup, wore my clothes, and boom, I'm here to talk about this. See, as a woman, you really need to be sensitive. You need to understand that you need to protect your man, and you need to help a man's ego. Even when you see your man trying to go fight, you need to be able to, hold him, block him, try to make him understand that, oh, don't worry, you don't have to fight. Because so many boyfriends, so many husbands have gotten themselves killed because of what? Because they are trying to protect their woman, and a guy's ego. I don't want to talk about this, because honestly speaking, we need to understand that the way a man think is different from the way a woman think. A woman now can just get emotional, use her mouth, talk, and maybe not even do something horrible about that, right? But a man can actually even be silent, not say anything, and would hurt you, like would kill you, would do things to you. So we need to be careful, we women. As much as we want a man to fight for us, we also need to be very careful. It is not nice. You just wrote a book, for crying out loud. You just wrote a book, Will Smith, and then I know in the book you spoke so much about all the things that you've gone through, all the things that your family have gone through, but then you now coming out to actually do this, it doesn't say any good about you. And there are so many people trying to come around you, trying to calm you down. Oh, be calm. Oh, don't talk about this too much. This. People are calming you down. What about Chris? Like, I'm like, people are not coming Chris because he's the one who received such slap. He received such slap. I'm gonna go to Chris, right? But let me finish with Will Smith, because I'm not happy. I'm not happy with how he took it. And why I'm even not happy is because I saw him laughing. I saw you laughing at the joke. If you were not laughing at the joke, then I'll be like, okay, what Chris said was actually very annoying. It was attacking his family. And I might even be like, maybe Chris knew of the condition that Will Smith's wife was going through. That's what I would think. But you laughed at the joke. So what happened? After you laughed at the joke, you looked at the wife and did what? Decided to take all those you had. Do you know what it means to stand up, walk on that stage and slap a grown-ass man in the presence of the world? Even when I saw Jade's hair, I was thinking to myself, I don't even know, like, even before this whole Oscar thing, one time I went to Jade's page and I saw her hair, like the fact that she barbed her hair, and I just kept asking myself, I said, why did she barb her hair? Does she have cancer? Sometimes people will be going through so much, they don't like to post it, don't like to talk about it. She has this program that she always do, Red Table Talk, and she talks about so many things. So I've never really seen her talking about in depth of the reason why she barbed her hair on her Red Table Talk. So one time I was just going through her page on Instagram and I was just asking myself questions like, why did she barb her hair? Does she have cancer? I was just having this whole pity for her, like, did she have cancer? Why did she barb her hair and everything? I was just thinking about it. And so for me, I wouldn't want to even joke. I won't want to joke with that woman or say expensive jokes about her, because I don't even know why she barbed her hair. Do you see? Like, you need to even have done your research, Mr. Chris. If you knew you were coming on that stage to want to do something like that, or to want to tell a joke that expensive, you should have thought about it, like, why did this woman barb her hair? What if she have cancer? Let's say that she had cancer and probably have not come out to the open to talk about her situation with everybody, and then you come on that stage to actually joke about her hair. It doesn't make any sense. You should have done your research. Like, there's no how I won't have done my research about why this woman barbed her hair before I come. I want to do such expensive jokes. Like, yes, there are some jokes that are just way too much. And Mr. Chris, that joke was not even funny. But I know that there are sometimes people will joke about you, like imagine when you make, as a girl, imagine when I go make my hair and the hair is so ugly and I look so ugly in the hair, and my friends obviously start joking about the whole hair, maybe mocking me. There's a way I will react, like I will just laugh, because I know that they are telling a joke. This is clearly that this guy is telling a joke. He's not actually trying to insult you or trying to break your spirit. He's actually just telling a joke. So in my mind, I'm like, why are you taking it personal? It doesn't even make any sense. There are some jokes that people actually tell that you just be like, oh, okay, this is a joke. But there are some jokes that some people will tell, and then you start taking it personal. To me, I start asking myself, why are you taking this personal? Do you have something against this person before this person come out here to do something like this? Like, have you had a kind of beef with this person? Because that is the only reason why you will come out and take something like this personal. But at the same time, Chris, this joke that he did was so expensive. It was actually so expensive, and which man will fight for me like this? Every woman wants such a man that will fight for her. But at the same time, you also need to think about the life of your man. You need to think of the fact that this man fighting for you can actually make him lose his life. I don't want problems. I don't want all these things, because it's sad. It's sad that it happened. It's so funny. It's so funny, like the way Will Smith just slapped him. Oh my god, like I don't know what I would have done if I was Will Smith's wife. I would be shocked. But maybe she expected it because he's a man, right? She knows her man and she knows what triggers her man. He can be someone who is very emotional, and you can even see that even when they called him, he won his own Oscar because he won an award. You can see how he came out. He was crying. He seems to me like someone who is emotional. We also need to know that there are some men who are very emotional, and you will be shocked that maybe Jad is even like stronger when it comes to things like this than Will Smith. Maybe for Will Smith, there are some things that he can't take, like there's some things that he just can't take. There's some people that are very emotional like that. Like there's some things that if you say to them, they are not going to find it funny. I feel like for him to cry, he must have felt bad. Like he must have felt really bad what he did, because he didn't think twice. Sometimes people react out of something they've been piling up, like the things that they've been going through, how people have been disrespecting them, the media have been attacking them, and it's just a part of it is just like, what, I'm done. Like I am done with these attacks. And then you just realize all of a sudden you take laws into your hands and you find yourself just being violent. It happens, and it can happen to anyone. I feel like there's so much lessons for us to learn from this. The number one lesson that I really am telling myself is you need to prepare yourself. Honestly, prepare yourself that no matter how much you want to say, oh, I want to control my emotions, nobody can do this to me, nobody can do that to me. Some people are just very violent with their words. They don't even care how you feel about what those things they want to say to you. Some people will just attack you. So you have to prepare yourself that there are some people that will just attack you. It doesn't seem to me that Will Smith was prepared for something like this to happen to him. He just came with an open mind. Oh, I'm coming to the Oscars. Never thought that he would meet something like this that will happen to him. Another thought came to my mind that maybe these people were just acting. You know how these things are. You know how all these celebrities can be. They just want this attention on Oscars. Something was just telling me, are you sure that these two people did not plan this before coming here? Like it looked to me like a skit, like something that they planned. Maybe to me just looked like maybe this was something that the Oscars did so that it's to get the attention of people about Oscar events. It's to get the attention of people about the Oscar events. That's what I was just thinking. But at the same time, it looked so real. It looked so real. Like even the people who attended the Oscars were caught unaware. Like it was like one of the things that actually spoiled the event. But I know it was a beautiful event. I wish I could have gone. But anyways, maybe one day I'll go. People were like, it was actually a beautiful event, which was spoiled by this whole Will Smith slapping Chris. I feel really bad for Chris because it's something to be disrespected like this in public based on something you said. I really feel in my heart that he didn't say that to insult Will Smith. I don't think Chris meant wrong, and I don't think he said what he said to insult Will Smith and his family. But some people just don't know how to control their emotions. They're just violent, and I know a lot of people that are like that. That's why I feel Will Smith needs help. I feel like he needs help. Like, he has gone through so much, and some people this stage that we saw Will Smith that he was in, if he doesn't take care, like, because as a celebrity there's going to always be attacks. This is something I'm even feeling like you're supposed to be used to. You have over how many million subscribers, followers. There's no how that even your followers and subscribers are not always attacking you, are not always saying things to you that you probably don't like, except you're not the one managing your page and you're not seeing all these things. But there's no how that people are not always attacking you, saying some things that you probably don't want to hear, or maybe just attacking and saying negative things to you. As a celebrity, this is something that you're supposed to be seeing all the time and something that you're supposed to be used to. Around this time, you're supposed to have like this kind of thick skin to something like this, but not your own fellow colleague. It's enough that people outside get attack you, but not someone who is like your colleague in the industry, or someone who is a black person who does something like this. Then you want to take it personal and start fighting and start attacking. It's not nice, and I just feel like what happened should not have happened. I just feel like Will Smith should get a therapist that really help him, with whatever he's going through, and even with his family. I also understand the fact that problem never finishes. Like, today you are dealing with this one, tomorrow you are dealing with another one. It just feels like in this life, problem will just never finish. and imagine that you're a celebrity, and as a celebrity you go through attacks, you go through all this negativity, and it's not even easy. It's not even an easy place to be in. So I will still not blame Will Smith. And I also love the fact that he has this whole family mindset. You can see how his children is. Will Smith's kids, he not only did he bring his family to the level they are in, he also tried to bring his children into this whole fame and this whole developing them into what they are today. He's a family person. He's someone who loves his family and wants the best for his family. Will Smith was someone who, got married, had a divorce, then he married Jade, right? And even with the fact that Jade even cheated on him, I'm surprised that they are still together, because I know Americans. When you go through, like, when they find out that their spouse cheated on them, they divorce, right? But I know that before Jade actually cheated on Will Smith, they had like issues, like they had their marriage issues, and they were thinking that maybe they were going to get a divorce. She was thinking that she was going to get a divorce with Will Smith, which later did not happen. That was actually when she got into the whole cheating on her husband. So I won't say it was something she did just to hurt Will Smith, or she did it because she did not love Will Smith. She only just did it because probably she was looking for someone to love her, appreciate her, just make her feel good. And she went for someone who was probably younger than her, and I just love their family. I love Jade Smith so much and I've listened to her Red Table Talk over and over again, and it's such a healing program. Like, when you listen to that program, you just feel like she's talking to you. I feel like she's a therapist. She has to be, because she just have that gift of knowing how to make you feel good, how to communicate. She's a good communication kind of person. She says the right word. I like her, and I'm sorry that she had to go through what she's going through. Just imagine me having to barb my hair. Hey, wait. Hey, As a woman, you will never understand what it means that you have to barb your hair. Do you know that even before you wear a wig, you still need to plait the hair, like plait it? I know that when a girl barb their hair, they can actually still wear a wig, but she's even so confident to even come out with a bowed hair, even though yes, um she can't grow her hair and everything like that. But for you to come out with a bowed hair, not with a wig, to Oscars, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage. And I know that that joke Chris said was so expensive. But no, Will Smith's reaction, there are better ways to react, there are better ways to have, to have. There's a way you would have done it, man to man. What if you had gone on that stage, slapped Chris, and then both of you start fighting? Like, what if? Personally, I'm even like, thank God that Chris did not take it personal and start fighting you and everything. Maybe in his mind, he knew that Will Smith was obviously going to beat him. Maybe in his mind, he obviously knew that Chris was going to win. Okay, because that man doesn't look like someone that has strength to fight. But what if it was someone else who was going to beat him back? Like, imagine me, Seth. I'm a human being. You come and slap me. I will slap you back, as in without even thinking. I know that you think that, oh, you're just supposed to have self-esteem, control yourself. But no, you slapped me first. I will slap you back. I don't know. Maybe I won't slap you. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. That's why I'm saying that emotions are very strong. Very strong. You sometimes you'll be thinking that, oh yes, you can control yourself, you can do this. When it happens to you, that you get to that peak that you want to burst, you just not even know when you react and start misbehaving and start doing some things that you don't want to do. Looking at the fact that the whole internet is on fire about this, I know that internet, they always will never forget. This is something that I feel like people will keep remembering, because it has never really happened before that in an Oscar or something that someone just go and slap someone like that. The one that have even happened was between Kanye and Beyonce and Taylor Swift, whereby Taylor Swift won that music award and Kanye went to the stage, collected the mic and said, no, they're supposed to give it to Beyonce, what, in front of everybody. Even that one till today, people still remember. People still remember that one till today. Talk more of you going there to go and slap someone. No. Personally, for me, if I was Will Smith's wife and I saw him standing up to go and walk up to the stage, I know my husband. When you've married someone, you know the person. I would have gone to block him. I would have gone to drag him to the stage. I wouldn't just come, because I know what he was going to do. There's no how. I know the man I marry. There's some men that would never think of doing something like that. That they would never think of climbing to stab someone or to hurt someone. But there are some men that can actually do that. So when I see my husband standing up to do something like that, I know the man that I'm married, I will want to stop him. That's the right thing to do. But nobody will ever think that he was going to slap. In short, when I saw him climbing the stage, I thought maybe he was going to take the mic from him to talk or to say something, And I'm even sure that's what Chris thought, because you could even see how he was smiling, like he was just laughing. Like if he thought that Will Smith was coming to slap me, do you think he would have continued standing there, that somebody would not come and slap him? Never. I'm sure he thought that, oh, he wanted to say something, just come say something in the mic and everything. But this one, he actually slapped the guy. No, you're a bully, Will Smith. I'm sorry. And I know that emotions play us, but not in public. Everybody knows how to control their emotions when they're in front of billions and billions and billions of people. You will not say that someone annoyed you, you carry gun and shoot the person in front of so many people and say that you just did it, you didn't know when you did that. That's exactly what Will Smith did. He did something violent. He used his words, his mouth, to talk about your wife. Why don't you go to the mic and use your words to talk about Chris? Why do you have to use violence, like beating him? That's too much for me. To me, I feel like Chris should have sued that Will Smith. Yes, you should have sued him. Some men will not take it. I'm not supporting what Chris did, but at the same time, I feel like Will Smith went too far. There are better ways to handle this. This is not it, please. What are you teaching us, upcoming generation? What are you telling us? That when someone come and abuse us in public or say things that we don't want them to say, because all the time people say things, even right now to me, people say some things that are so insulting and negative to me, and I have to know how to control my emotions. Sometimes I even control my emotions to the point where I don't want to even insult them. Then now I'll now start fighting them. No, use your own words. If you feel like, oh, someone has insulted you, you can't take it. Instead of you using means of beating them, you can also use your words to also insult the person. You're a comedian also, please. You can also do comedy and say something that will pain him too, even if it might not pain him because he knows that you're just trying to get to him. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.